What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to the True Mets Talk podcast. It's your boy CP, and we have a very unique video right here on the channel talking about right-handed pitching prospect Jonah Tong. Yes, you all may have heard his name being thrown out there in a bunch of different baseball media outlets, but in this video, we will get into just the type of pitcher he really is. And we'll talk about some things to watch out for with Jonah Tong, especially as this offseason progresses and we get into trade season, because we've seen his name being thrown around in mock trade packages, some trade packages that we've talked about already on this channel for a guy like Garrett Crochet. And I need all of us as a Mets community to just pump the brakes on including him, because this is a special pitcher. We'll get into it. Hit the thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And make sure to drop those thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. I definitely appreciate it. Okay, Jonah Tong was considered by many a late bloomer coming out of high school. He actually didn't have any collegiate commitment after his senior year of high school before he pitched that summer after he graduated high school in the MLB Draft League. And then he impressed, committed to North Dakota State. And then shortly after that, before he was actually able to pitch at the college level, he continued to turn heads and was inevitably drafted by the Mets in 2022 in the 7th round, starting his professional career in 2023 within the organization. But we'll get into some of the numbers here in the coming slides. There are three aspects that stick out to me in particular when I watch Jonah Tong pitch in some of the highlights or some of the games that we've witnessed. No, I'm not a prospect guru. No, I don't watch every single minor league baseball game, especially with the teams that the Mets have in their farm system. But I know this young 21-year-old righty is going to be special for the Mets, and that's why I am telling you all, pump the brakes in terms of including him in any trade package this offseason or beyond. And that's the reason why I say that is because of these three things. The fastball velocity that he is able to generate, only having a 6'1", 180-pound frame, which is not small by any means, but it's smaller than some of the MLB pitchers that we've seen have success, obviously, at the major league level and how they're built. Jonah Tong is able to use his entire body in his delivery to home plate, which I'll get to here in just a second on the next slide, but he generates a lot of good velocity. Not only on his fastball that sits between 93 to 94 and can touch 97, but also on some of his off-speed pitches, a slider and a changeup that he's able to generate a lot of swing and miss with, along with that fastball. But the fastball is his bread and butter, and that is, if there's one thing you want to know about Jonah Tong, it's his fastball. Not because of the velocity, but also because of how much movement he has on his fastball compared to an average pitcher that we would see otherwise. Induced vertical break measures the amount of drop in your fastball compared to a standard pitch that would have no spin. So it essentially measures how efficient your spin is in terms of producing movement on your fastball. An above average IVB, induced vertical break, is around 18 inches. Jonah Tong's is elite. The amount of drop he has on his fastball has been measured at 20.6 inches, which helps him find swing and miss with that fastball. And we are going to see that with some of the numbers that we'll get into on the next slide. But the number three thing that I have witnessed, the third aspect of Jonah Tong's game that I've witnessed, is his mechanics in terms of his deception of his delivery. He doesn't go three quarters. He's not sidearm. He's straight over the top, which I think is kind of a lost art amongst pitchers nowadays in terms of just going straight over the top in his arm angle. And that is accomplished by how high his glove is in his delivery, but also as it pertains to the deception and getting the swing and miss. As you progress throughout the minor league system, as you move into different levels, and Jonah Tong pitched in 3 different levels in 2024 within the Mets organization, hitters are going to get progressively better and better at not only the results, but also what the process is in producing those results, picking up any tipping of pitches, picking up the spin on the ball, or any sort of grip that a pitcher might be predisposing in their delivery sooner than they should. Jonah Tong does not have that issue. If you take a look at how well he hides the ball behind his leg and from the batter's eye until the last possible second, it's very deceptive and it makes things hard for opposing hitters. Trust me, this is awesome. I saw this freeze frame, and this comes directly from his Double-A debut this past season. This is a work of art. And that's something that Jonah Tong has specifically stated is working on not only his mindset, right, but his overall mechanics. And that's what kind of contributed to his success out of nowhere in 2024 in comparison to some of the numbers that he posted in his first professional season within the Mets organization in 2023. Again, keep in mind, this is a 7th round draft pick in 2022, and he didn't have any college commitments coming out of high school. Just absolutely ridiculously special. Look at the numbers here on this screen. This is all you need to know. You take a look at the compare and contrast on the left-handed side of your screen from 2023 to 2024 with Jonah Tong. The one thing that Jonah Tong had issues with as he was being recruited coming out of high school and going into that MLB draft league that he was playing in the summer after his senior year of high school was his command and the walks issue that he had. And that was very evident after he was drafted by the Mets and was pitching in St. Lucie rookie ball or A ball, etc. in his first season in 2023. 21 innings pitched. It wasn't a complete season. There's not much sample size to go along with it, but you see the 6.00 ERA, the strikeouts per 9 were there. 16.3 is absolutely ridiculous. So he was still striking hitters out, but the walk rate was absolutely atrocious. I think it was approaching like 10 walks per 9, which is really bad. He went and worked on his mechanics. He worked on his command, his mindset, whatever that he says in his interviews that he worked on. It was very evident. Not sure which pitching coaches he was working with. Not sure how much the pitching lab had to do with this in terms of the new and improved pitching lab that the Mets have. But the walk rate per 9 went down significantly by about 6.5%. The strikeouts per 9 also went down naturally with how many innings he threw in comparison, but 12.7 strikeouts per 9 across 3 levels as a 21-year-old right-handed pitcher is still pretty damn good. And you see here the ERA also got better because he just simply found the control of his pitches. Now, again, the fastball is his bread and butter. He has a nice little slider combination. Always love to see a pitcher with a fastball slider combination. And the changeup lags a little bit in terms of success, but it's a work in progress. And if he's able to hone in on that third pitch, this is going to be a special pitcher for the New York Mets. Whether his contributions are going to be felt at the major league level in 2025, which I highly doubt, maybe looking more so at a 2026 appearance for Jonah Tong, should his name not be included in any trade packages. But look at the production that you see. St. Lucie A ball all the way down, Brooklyn high A ball, and Binghamton double A ball. He started his season out in St. Lucie, 18.2 innings pitched, and he got the promotion very quickly by the New York Mets because he posted a 17.4 strikeout per 9 rate and not allowing a single earned run in those 18 innings. And the walk rate again at 2.4 was awesome in comparison to that strike rate. And that's why the Mets made the quick move in terms of promoting him to high A ball. A little bit more sample size there, 85 innings pitched. The strikeout per 9 is still pretty damn good, 11.6. And if you notice what I'm saying throughout this video, pretty damn good, pretty damn good, pretty damn good. This guy is a special pitcher, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we have to pump the brakes on just including him as a throw-in, so to speak, for any guy, even if it's Garrett Crochet, a 25-year-old lefty that has multiple years of control. If there's a way for the Mets to not include Jonah Tong, and if there's avenues to do that, I would love for them to explore those different avenues. And after he got promoted from high A ball, posting a 3.71 ERA across those 85 innings pitched, he went on to double A. Shorter sample size, again, 9.1 innings pitched, 3.9 in the walk rate, but just striking hitters out. 13.5 strikeout per 9 rate with a 2.89 ERA. I would imagine he's going to start back in double A. can't imagine that the Mets are going to promote him to AAA right away. But Mets fans, I don't know how much you knew about Jonah Tong before watching this video. I'm not sure how many highlights you all have watched, which is kind of the point of why I'm making this video. So you Mets fans that are viewing this have a little bit of a deeper insight. And this is only 10 to 11 minutes long. There's a lot more things to know about Jonah Tong and sort of his background as a baseball player and some of the stuff that he's working on. There's still refinements that need to be made. This is a 21-year-old pitching prospect at the end of the day. So there are going to be more refinements. But what you see here in terms of the numbers and in terms of the overall mechanics and his ability to strike opposing hitters out, and at how high of a clip he's done that thus far in his young career, this is a special talent. And I really hope to see him progress in this Mets farm system. And again, don't want to be a prospect hugger. If it takes Jonah Tong's name to be in a trade package to get a solidified MLB talent into the doors for 2025, you obviously do it. But if you could avoid including Jonah Tong's name, I would try to do that at all costs. Let's go Mets. Again, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and let me know what you think about this breakdown in the comment section down below. Would you like to see more prospect breakdowns on the channel, or maybe stick to some of the trades or free agency? You let me know. I appreciate the support. Let's go Mets.
Thank you for watching the True Mets Talk podcast. Make sure you're tapping on that notifications button and checking out all the latest content on the channel. Thank you.